Thank you, Mr. Speaker. With the onset of warm, dry conditions, many northern Albertans are once again forced to evacuate their homes and escape forest fires. This creates a major disruption to the everyday lives of Albertans, especially children who are attending school. Students are an important resource for our province, and their education is absolutely paramount to the continued success of Alberta. However, these evacuations have forced students to be removed from their school for their own safety. To the Minister of Education, can you inform this House how many schools are—
The Honourable Minister of Education.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the question. I believe the question would be what are we doing for our students that are impacted by the fire? And our first priority is to ensure that our students and their families are safe and out of harm's way. And of course, we are accommodating high school students in the high-level area. My department has worked with the local school divisions to develop exemptions for students affected by the fire. So my department has communicated to the grade 6 and grade 9 students that they can be excused from writing their provincial achievement tests and that they can write them at another time or in another school.
The Honourable Member for Fort McMurray-Lac-La-Biche.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the Minister for that answer. Given that the safety of our students is the utmost priority to all members of this Assembly, and given that as a result of these evacuations, many schools have been closed, and given the need to evacuate your community and the possible threat of losing your home can be an incredibly stressful ordeal, as many of the constituents in my riding of Fort McMurray-Lac-La-Biche can attest to. And considering that these evacuation orders have come while students are still attending classes, can the Minister is there a plan to provide students with the mental health care and supports in place?
The Minister of Education.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and the honourable member for the question. As my colleagues would know from the fires, would know from the fires in Fort McMurray, we take the mental health of evacuees and our students very, very seriously. And while the length of the evacuation remains unknown, I will be working with my colleague, the Associate Minister of Mental Health and Addictions, to ensure that the appropriate supports are in place for our students. We want to make sure that every single one of them has what they need to get through this very dangerous situation.
The member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given that evacuations such as these do disrupt the academic calendar for many students, and given that students in grades 6 and 9 are scheduled to write their provincial achievement exams shortly, and given that the students in grade 12 are soon to write their diploma exams as well, and given that these exams are such important tools for our students' academic records, to the Minister of Education, how is the government ensuring that students who have evacuated their homes are given an opportunity to complete this very important testing here in Alberta?
The Minister.
Thank you for the question, Mr. Speaker. Our government recognizes that diploma examinations are an important part of the student's educational journey. We have communicated that grade 12 students will be eligible for an exemption from their diploma exam. When a student is exempt from their diploma exam, their classroom mark will become their final mark. These students could also write their exams at another school or defer their examinations until August. Again, we want to do whatever will help the student in this situation. Thank you.